with with the we're gonna first go over the game that happened today. So I'm gonna talk about look, we already know who's going to the conference finals in the East, but I'll tell you the second round before I ever get to the conference finals. A second round in the East in the NBA will be Knicks Celtics rematch, or but I think it won't be Knicks Celtics rematch. I think this one will be Hawks Celtics. Celtics will go straight to the conference finals. Detroit will play Cleveland. Detroit will beat Cleveland and then go play the Celtics. So we'll leave it at that. But ideally, I think we'll take it a step further. I'll say Boston. Boston will be. Boston is what I'm gonna say will uh, be the one to come out the East. Now, the series on the West, the teams are all determined already. Uh, I forget. Yeah. So I'm just gonna put OKC. They're gonna be the conference finals because regardless if they play the Lakers or the Rockets, they're gonna win the series. It's gonna be a better series than their first round matchup. But that's what the results will be. Another the interesting series is Denver and Minnesota, and then San Antonio or possibly not San Antonio. We don't know. So, but hopefully, San Antonio wins. It will be either San Antonio, whoever, either Denver or San Antonio, Minnesota. Now we don't know who's gonna play who, but who OKC will face uh, will be very interesting. It'll make things intriguing. Now I know OKC fans are gonna be like, why? Okay, what about the finals? What's us? What's our team gonna do? And I know you guys want to know. I'm gonna say that for you guys, that you guys could make it to the finals, could not make it to the finals, but I will tell you where it could have been different for you guys. But the reason for you guys, and this is a reality, you can ignore this as much as you can. Any player that has ever been on the NBA Game 2K cover has done bad the next year, and the same goes from NFL Madden as well. For NBA, we can go to recently look at the Celtics. The Celtics, Jason Tatum was on the cover. What happened to him the next year? He was on a 2K25 cover. The next year, what happened? He got injured. Celtics lost in the playoffs. Um, I think the year before that, and I'm not sure who was on the cover. I think it was Denver. Maybe Jokic was on the cover. Maybe I'm not sure. Or Jamal Murray. One of them. Whoever's on the cover was on the cover. Denver lost. They didn't make the finals the next year. So if you look at the pattern, um, 2K26. I don't remember ideally who was 2K26. Oh yes. 2K26 was Shea. Now I remember. Sorry. So since Shea was on the 2K cover, NBA 2K cover for NBA 2K26, the Thunder are not gonna get to where they want to. Um, that's just the reality with this. Uh, People want to be like, okay, that's just the reality. The Thunder are not gonna get to where they want to. You know, Thunder fans need to understand it's not your fault. I think it was more. I know if you're Shea, it's a business decision, but I think in the moment, if you're Shea, you gotta look out for your team's best interest and your city's best interest. So, for OKC, for Oklahoma City, I think you as a fan base and the city should have automatically went right after that championship, and just anybody important in that community, in that city, a celebrity, should have told Shea or reached out to Shea or just put a post out a public message that to Shea to not do NBA 2K covers because now it's gonna come back to bite you. People are like, what about the Spurs? Where do Spurs fit on all of this? I know we all want the Spurs to make it. We want the Spurs, but the Spurs are too young in terms of playoff experience. They're also young in terms of that. The Thunder as well are too, but the Spurs are too young in their playoff experience. that's not gonna help them uh, to get them to where they need to go. The Spurs will not be able to get to where they need to go. And the reality is because as much as the Spurs might gain experience throughout the wins if they gather in the playoffs, it's not enough to get them to the finals because it's never happened. We can look at the Warriors when they started. And they made their first playoffs, they didn't make the finals. The Thunder, the same thing. They lost in the second round. So Minnesota too. It just happens. That's how it is. Um, you know, you're not gonna make your first finals when you enter your first NBA playoffs ever, no matter who it is. If you're a great team, even more. So for the Spurs, this is just gonna be a learning experience, and they'll figure it out how to get better the next year. Um, but if you're Wemby, you already know you gotta hit the gym, gotta work on your jump shot, gotta work on your post game, and hit the gym. You need to be more of a body. So Jokic can't body you, but that's where we're at. The finals is Boston on the East. On the West, it's still a question mark. I would want Minnesota. I would want Minnesota or Denver to get there, but who it doesn't matter. Boston will take it. Um, but again, the finals is already determined. Of course, I would want Minnesota to win it. We all do, but to get to the finals, even if Minnesota makes it, they just don't have what it takes. Even if Minnesota makes it, they don't have what it takes to win it, to win the NBA Finals. Um, it just takes a lot to win it. Getting there, they might make it, but they won't win it. And Denver probably is the only other team that can, besides OKC, can make it to the finals and possibly win it. But OKC won't, but Denver will. But that's for the playoffs. I mean, today's reactions, the Knicks. I don't know what you're doing. It's common sense. You're up. Take easy jump shots. Close the game. That's a mistake right there. Cavs, you're not gonna win. But if you're the Knicks, you have to be better in the game situations. You don't want to bounce out in the first round because you lost to a very great Hawks team that you underestimated. But that's really it for the NBA. But yeah, uh, thank you to chat. Thank you to whoever came to the stream, um, and this video will go up. But thank you again to chat. Just wanted to come in my first stream. Thank you so much to chat. Whoever came in or saw, and doesn't matter if you left or not. You stood there. Thank you though to chat and everything.